First of all, peace to the chat. What up, everybody? Uh,
What up, B?
First of all, let's talk real. What other top 15 running back in league history had arguably the best O line in NFL history? And I say arguably just because maybe some people may say otherwise. I will give it. I personally would say that Cowboys running in the '90s had the best O line in NFL history. Right. So you see what Emmitt Smith did with that line. Great. Now give me OJ, Barry,
So
He was
whoa.
lying.
LT.
Just for a second. Just for a second. So we're dealing with hypotheticals right now.
Well, I mean, you said the best running back. I mean, because
Right. So
the only thing you're gonna have on me is say we recognize he's the all-time leading rusher, so I can't argue against that.
okay. So we're
But
just
just
dealing
because
with
you're the all-time leading rusher, don't mean you the best. You yourself are the best running back of all time.
we're not talking about who's the most talented. We just talking about in terms of their NFL careers.
Oh, most
But go.
talented is LT.
I want you to finish with the hypothetical that nobody can prove. Go ahead.
Most talented is Damian Thomason. Maybe Marshall Faulk as a 1B. But at
I'm glad you said
talent,
that. Shout out to Marshall Faulk.
yeah, talented. Because you say most talented. That means you can do more than one. You excel very well at more than one thing: running, catching, pass blocking. Um, can split out into the split receiver. Can do punt returns even, and kickoff returns. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go LT, then Marshall Faulk as far as most talented. Best running back, like our eyes saw, like that put the ball in that dude's hands and he different than everybody else. It's still Barry to me, bro. I'll give OJ. For my pops love OJ. We used to watch the
He
old
was
films with
lying.
them. OJ up there too. But what I saw, Barry, hands down, best dude that ever take the ball, that pigskin, put it in his arms, 2 feet, and say, "Hey, get it and go, dog."
So, well, y'all gonna have to set this conversation up, man. That's what he was just
So
looking for. He said he wanted anybody.
I just want to say this. So Emmitt Smith has the most rushing touchdowns in NFL history with 164 touchdowns. 164 rushing touchdowns.
You proving my
LT
point.
is no. Just hear me out. LT is not even close at second with 145. He 19 shy.
Okay.
Barry Sanders not even in the top 10.
Well, let me say this: if you real football head, you know that rushing touchdowns don't necessarily account for much because you can go the ball up the field and go on the goal line and rush for 3 yards and get a touchdown, and that counts as your tug. But did you really earn that drive as a running back?
Well, what we know about Emmitt Smith is the
They had the best.
combination
He,
of him
he had the best O
being
line in
the
NFL history. You got to start there
yeah,
though, D. You got to start
he
there.
definitely check this out. He definitely had the
Okay.
best line in the NFL during his career,
Right.
and he definitely still had to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the man separate his shoulder at halftime against the Giants in the NFC Championship game and come back and rush for 234 yards and 3 TDs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm simply saying you can't be no scrub and do that no matter
scrub, see?
offensive line.
I ain't say it was a scrub.
So no, you didn't. I'm just saying. So my point is all-time leading rusher, all-time leading rushing touchdowns, Super Bowl MVP, league MVP. Again, league MVP don't just go to know any running back. So offensive line or not. So I'm just saying, for him not to be in the top 5, who you putting over him?
Let me ask you this, DMG. His quarterback, Troy Aikman. right? He was in a class of quarterbacks, right? That we could arguably say that's probably the best class in that 2 to 3 year period of Hall of Fame quarterbacks in NFL history. I think we can,
Troy Aikman.
yeah, you know,
I would.
between him, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, John Elway.
He didn't come out with them though.
No, I'm
You
not
mean like
saying come out. I'm
draft
saying
position
not
era? Okay, I
that
got you.
era,
I got you.
that era.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. That era, right? Um,
I agree.
will we argue and say, and respectfully, got love for Troy, right? I think even he would say it, talent wise, out of those Hall of Fame quarterbacks, I think we would safely say that he's probably at the bottom of the of that Hall of Fame era. So I'm not scrubbing Troy Aikman when I say it, right? I'm just saying amongst that group, like pure QB talent, he would probably be the bottom, right?
Well, here's why that's difficult to say.
Mm-hmm.
North Turner's offense, as you know, was a run heavy offense. Troy didn't get to throw the ball as often as a Steve Young, a
Right,
Jim
right, right,
Kelly, a John Elway, a Dan Marino, etc.
right,
Even
right.
though I would argue that he had better receivers and a better tight end in Jay Novacek, Alvin Harper, and Michael Irvin. I
I agree.
think had they opened it up more for him, he would have had those type of numbers.
Even better.
That's my personal.
Even better. So what my point is getting is that he also benefited from having, arguably, and I say only for those who may have a distinction. Those who know football would confidently say that the Cowboys of the '90s had the best O line in NFL history.
So
I,
are we punishing the Cowboys for being
nope,
good?
I'm
Right,
not
I'm
right.
just
punishing.
Like, come
I'm not
on, man.
punishing the Cowboys, but I'm
I don't
also
understand.
but I'm also adding to the fact, right, that we saw other guys who did not have that offensive line that the Cowboys had get close enough and have Hall of Fame careers, right? Barry
That's a good.
Sanders, Steve Young, Jim Kelly, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, John Elway, all had Hall of Fame careers, right? Without the best O line in NFL history, right? Other
Okay.
running backs, name it. So I'm just saying, I'm just a guy. If they did that without the best O line in NFL history,
That's,
what if they had the best O line in NFL history? Now
but
again,
that ain't
I'm
the
not
time
saying
we
that
talk.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
that
that
ain't the
Emmett
time
would
we
be.
talk.
I'm not saying
I
Emmett
mean,
would be a scrub.
hypothetically speaking, if Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant played together instead of him and Pippen, I mean, anything. But this is not a hypothetical conversation, B.
Yeah,
Wash. This is
yeah.
what is conversation. And what
Yeah,
actually happened is Emmett Smith rushed for 18,333 yards
and he
and
also had the
164
best O
touchdowns.
line in NFL history. Two things could be true.
And again, I don't punish him
I,
for having the best because he still had to run the ball.
he
Don't
did.
forget, don't forget, Nate Newton, uh, Allen, and them boys was in the league like 3 years before Emmett got there.
Yeah.
And with none of them running backs on the Cowboys, including
No,
Herschel Walker, doing what Emmett did.
I'm not
Herschel
saying.
Walker
But see this thing, DMG,
wasn't
and I'm
doing
saying
what
I'm not
Emmett did.
accusing you of that. But what happens is when I'm saying that Emmitt Smith is not the greatest, that's not saying that he's not a Hall of Fame all time great running back. That's not he's still top
But the
10. I
question
say
is,
he could he might I
You
say I
hold up,
say
said,
hold up, Byron, but DMG
you
saying that
said, you literally
he want
said he
he
might not be top five.
yeah, he might not be top five, but he's easily a
Now,
top 10.
if you would have said, hey, Barry better, hey, Sweetness better, I put Ladanian over it, I put Marshall over him. Marshall caught for 1,000, ran for 1,000, etc. I wouldn't really have much to say, but you said he might not be top five.
I'm saying he might not. I'm not saying he isn't. It's a possibility. When we start naming talent for talent,
to.
right?
Tim
I
just
see
posted
like
this on
yeah.
the NFL.
So
Tim just posted the official records. Tim
yeah,
just posted the official records Hall of Fame.
yep. So he's five. I just see. So he's five there, right? I would put respect. I would put again shout out to my pops. I put OJ up there, right? Um as a runner. But I mean, you got Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Gale Sayers. We forget about him. Barry Sanders, Emmett,
We do forget what
OJ.
Bill said.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Oh yeah,
Oh
no,
wow,
no,
he was with the Birds before Walter Payton.
yeah, he
I
was.
know who
That's
Walter Payton is.
that's old. Like that's
Yeah,
old. When you had a fullback, running him and Piccolo, Brian Piccolo. Gail says Brian Piccolo back in the day. Nobody, yeah, that was.
oh, and B, this important. Now this I'm hurting myself, but this go with your argument too. We had Moose Johnson as a fullback running in front of him. When you said that was old school, that show
Hey,
you how intricate Norv Turner running offense was. We had Moose Johnson at fullback and then Jay Novacek at tight end, blocking, actually blocking and catching out of the backfield.
that was 3 yards in the cloud. That's when you had to have the linebackers with that big net brace on, because they
That was
was taking
dynamic.
on 300-pound O line. Wasn't no speed.
Yes,
It wasn't like it is now, where
Yeah,
you got them
yeah,
speed linebackers. Nah, bro, you
yeah,
got to be about. You got to have some
exactly.
girth on you as a linebacker, because you about to get it in, bro.
yeah.
And they made the 49ers go get William Floyd at fullback and put him in front of Ricky Waters. And
I
then they
remember
stole
William
Ken.
Floyd and Ricky Ward. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what I'm saying to you, DMG, nobody. I'm not saying Emmitt Smith is not an all-time top 10 and even top 5. I grant you that. I said might because you can make some arguments here and there. I just wouldn't say as a running back he's the best that we've ever seen. But that doesn't mean that he's not an all-time great. Like, two
I
things
didn't
can
even
be
give my
true
opinion. Oh
for
no, oh
me.
no, but I didn't even give my opinion. I'm trying to host the debate between whoever want to challenge my brother on his
See,
stance. Yeah, yeah. I
and
ain't gonna, no.
I would never say
I like him.
that
That's
Emmitt
my boy.
Smith is the most talented running back. I would never say that. Just like I don't say Michael Jordan is more talented than LeBron James. I just say simply Michael Jordan is the greatest NBA player ever. And LeBron James is just more in the top 5. Just like I simply say Emmett is the greatest NFL running back of all
Running
time.
back.
Barry's still in my top. Barry number 2, number 3, but in terms of their NFL career, it's Emmett. Now, talent wise, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
That's a
Barry shaking boys out there. Right.
Well, see, it
He didn't
depends on
he
age
didn't
and
hear some
talent.
of the stuff we said before he came in, DMG. Because I brought up Barry. We had brought up Barry. I was like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Barry was shaking dudes out their socks, man. Like Barry was doing stuff I never saw on the field. But then what are we going by? So if we're going by stats, we're going by rushing yards, touchdowns. You got to give it to Emmett. Got to.
Yeah,
Courtney
but
called
I
backwards
agree.
Barry.
I agree. But think about this. Think about this. We just said nobody, right? Most of Barry highlights, and it's always a running joke. You see him. That's on his side of the line of scrimmage. Because by the time he got the ball, he had to shake about 3, 4 linemen, probably break a linebacker knees, and then
The
outrun the
whole
DB.
team, the coach,
Right.
the ref.
So imagine, right, if he had to do that again, respect having the Cowboys O line, and he's 6 yards down the field, and then he get to do all that every, on a consistent basis.
Right.
Or if Emmett had Detroit's O line for 10 years.
I mean, but it ain't his fault that he
It's
had to.
not.
I mean,
It's
everybody.
not.
And my stance, Byron.
Imagine
I,
Michael
I,
Jordan
I
would
feel
have
like
played with
I
Patrick
feel like
Ewing in New York.
I feel like if they're in the NFL, they pros, man, and of course we ranking the pros among other pros, so they still had they still had a professional O line. You know what I'm saying? But like DMG said, once you put the ball in that person's hand, what they do with it, because you can have the best O line and still suck as a running back. You
Because
know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
argue this. I know you mentioned basketball, right? And look, y'all might have to throw. They're gonna throw everything at me when I say it. I think talent wise, skill wise, and just pure will, I think Kobe is the GOAT.
That's not a bad assessment.
Because
That's
I,
not.
I, I I
Yeah,
always say this one thing.
my favorite player.
I say this one
Well,
thing.
I think Allen Iverson is my favorite player. Kobe is number 2. And people be like, I thought Jordan was your favorite player. No, Jordan is my GOAT. But
Yeah.
Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant are my 2 favorite players.
Yeah. Kobe,
I
Kobe,
don't
Kobe,
really
my
watch
favorite.
basketball, so I kind of go off popularity. I only go with Jordan because I was watching basketball back then, but I ain't watched basketball in years. But I keep up with all the talk that everybody else saying. So I got to go with Jordan too, because that's the only person I actually seen, and then
Oh
plus
no,
all the talk around him.
I'm a
But I ain't no
fan of
basketball fan.
Kobe. My guy. I'm mama. I'm mama all the way. I know what Jordan represents. Like, no matter how much I love Kobe, 6 for 6 with no game sevens.
No, let me say no.
I
Wait.
I
Let me say this.
I
Let me say this.
I,
If y'all
I
want me to pick
can't.
a basketball player, I pick Wesley Snipes and White Man Can't Jump. Now put Jordan up against him.
So
Wow.
6 6.
Wow.
6 for 6. No matter what, I can give you all the platitudes about Kobe. Right.
6 for 6 and no game sevens. Like people
I
forget.
can't. I
Like
can't. I
that's
can't. I can't.
ugly.
But I
That's
argued it.
ugly.
This is my number one argument for Kobe. It ain't the Shaq era, right? It's the fact that he beat a Boston Celtics teams with 4 Hall of Famers, with no player on his team that's a top 75 all time player. He beat that team.
How y'all feel about Dennis Rodman? I be hearing people say he don't get enough credit.
Well, he'll
Oh,
never be a GOAT because he ain't scored. I don't care. You can get 30
yeah,
rebounds. You got 2 assists.
Dennis Rodman is one of the greatest defenders and rebounders of all time. Period.
Yep. I'll give you that.
What about Charles Barkley?
Position on the floor.
What about Charles Barkley?
He an all
Charles
time great.
Barkley, yeah, all time great.
All time great. But in the GOAT conversation, it's very slim. You don't. It's right now. It's 3. Let's just call. When you talk about the GOAT debate, it's Bron, Jordan, Kobe. Pick your poison, right? Much respect to Bron. Well, 20 years of what he doing at 40. That's unheard of. So that's an achievement. Like the thing about the GOAT in basketball, which is a little bit different from football, is that each one of these GOATs, they got an achievement that the other one don't have. That's nobody gonna be able to touch that. Again, Michael 6 for 6, no game set. Ain't nobody touching that. But LeBron, 20 years in the
Yeah,
league.
Bird,
Yeah.
Bird and Magic. They can literally say, "Hey, the only reason they watching y'all live is because of us. Y'all, if the league was on tape delay when we came in,
Delay. Yep.
and but then you get Kareem had an unstoppable to this day. It's an unstoppable shot. And you look at what he did in college. Kareem was undefeated in college, high school, college, and then to the pros. Won 6 MVPs and 6 titles.
As far as pure just basketball, ball in the hoop, like accomplishments from high school, Kareem from high school until the day he retired from the NBA, you can arguably say that he is the best basketball player from
In
high
history.
school to the day he retired. You can,
Easily. You can easily, like if anybody said, see, I chafe when people say LeBron is the greatest over Jordan. But if somebody said Kareem is the greatest over Jordan, you get no argument from me. Because I get it. I get it.
And he did it at the non-sexy position. He did it at the center position.
I think the greatest six man of all time for me was during a 3-year span. And it was from 96 to 98. He just got in the Hall of Fame. His name is Tony Kukoc. That was the best 6 man I ever seen. Because
Tony gonna have to move around, DMG.
He come in and he could. Well, I put it this way: he didn't have to close out games because Mike was back. But if they needed him to, he could.
DMG, and he say a name that's gonna make you freeze.
Check out. He could play. He could play the 2, the 3, the 4, or the 5.
Oh. Well, let's say Spurs and 5. I don't want to be out here. I don't want people thinking that Kukoc really banging down there like talking. Let's some Spurs.
You could put him. You could put him in there at the 5 easily because you could put Rodman at 4, and you keep Curry in, or you got Harper in. So if Phil wanted an all offensive lineup, which we've seen him do a few times, you have Kukoc, Rodman, Pippen, Mike, and Harper.
So essentially, he was doing the Warriors' depth lineup.
Basically, that's why I tell people all the time they can beat the Warriors.
That's what Steve got it from. That's where we got the concept from.
exactly. Harper can
But
guard, can definitely guard Clay. Clay gonna get his, but Harper can guard him.
I would say
Mike,
I would say this though, DMG.
go ahead.
I think your man from the man from Argentina gonna have to move to Tony Kukoc out the way, bro. Ginobili.
I forgot Ginobili was a six man. I
Yeah,
forgot.
bro. I'm
Forgot.
talking about long hair Ginobili, not short hair Ginobili. I'm talking about long hair Ginobili, like long hair,
Yeah.
broken nose, hitting the bat out the
Ginobili
out the.
was a six man. You sure right. I forgot. I
They couldn't do
forgot.
nothing with him for about 6 years, bro.
They started Bruce Bowen, and then they started what was the boy? I can't think of his name, but yeah, he was coming off the bench.
And
He
he was
showed
also he was an all-star coming off the bench too.
coming off the bench. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're not wrong with the two Kukos, but I was like, yeah, Ginobili.
Hey, you see, I'm like, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Because he was there for all of them except the one in the lockout season.
Yeah,
So
that was free him.
90, he was there for all of them except the 99 title.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it. That's
He went brought back that Euro step. Like he brought that back into the league. That Euro step.
Yeah.
He was like, man, what is this dude doing? That ain't a travel? Nope.
Yeah, he definitely did. So yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What you make of this Luka trade, man?
This one of the rare trades I think everybody won. I think everybody got what they want. I think if you LA, I'm a Lakers fan because I'm a Kobe's fan, so I mean it is what it is.
Right.
Um, the Lakers had to find a way to move on from LeBron for the next decade. And AD 32. So even if you move on from LeBron, you only got AD for maybe 3 or 4 years at his prime. You got Luka at 25.
25.
25?
I think
He
he'd
ain't
be
even
26 right next week.
he ain't even touching his prime yet. He just not getting. Yeah. He still got baby fat, bro. Like, he ain't got his grown man muscles yet.
And you heard the rumor, Kobe and Mike trainer.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah. He might be. If he get with him, it's a wrap, man.
If he get with Grover, it's over. I can tell you that now. If he get with Grover, it's over. But if I'm Dallas, right, I'm not mad either because the thing about it is you got Kyrie, right? And Kyrie and Luka at their best do the same thing. Luka's a little bit better because of his height. But I mean, you're not losing much with Kyrie cooking. So you got Kyrie cooking at the one, you got AD at the 4 spot, right? And he can do his thing. And then you still got Clay. And Clay ain't
and you got
Golden State Clay, but that jumper's still wet. And once you get a couple of them in there, you gotta respect it. So now that floor space and open up big time because you gotta pay attention to Kyrie cooking. You're gonna have Clay at either corner just waiting. So you can't really play off of him and leave him open, right? Because all he gotta do is see the ball. He ain't even we already know it's 60 points and 5 dribbles or something like that. So he don't need no space. And then you got respect, you got AD 7-footer right there that still got that mid range, still gonna give it to you, and he gonna give it to you on the defensive end. So if you Dallas for right now, okay.
And you got that young center. They got a nice supporting cast.
Lively.
You get AD and Kyrie in the pick and roll with Clay over here. It's gonna be ugly quick for people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? And Jay Kidd the coach, so he already thinking like like what I'm saying. So I think both teams won.
I'm not mad at Dallas. I'm not mad for Dallas. I think fans understand like with Luka what they had, and so it's because imagine losing Kobe at 25 or LeBron at 25. So I get why fans are upset, but I think in terms of the immediate future, they got a 4-year run that they can go on with Kyrie and AD.
Bro, they got something. Yeah, like you just said, a 4-year run. And given how they come out of this All-Star break, right? they get together. Don't be surprised if they make a little stretch run right now. Like if I'm in the West, I'm in the East too. I'm scared of Dallas. I'm scared
Yeah,
of what they can do because I don't know if I got a team that can match them at their highest capacity. Like if AD cooking, giving me 30 plus, Kyrie doing Kyrie thing, Clay, if he hot, I don't really know a team that can be like, yeah, we can match that. Maybe Boston, if Jalen and Jason and maybe
if they cook,
Porzingis cooking, but
yeah, yeah, it's gonna get ugly for people. It's gonna get ugly. So yeah, I think they did all right, man. And I think you're right. The Lakers had to say, all right, LeBron, he cooking still, but he 40. And they basically went and got LeBron with a way wetter jumper. So I think the Lakers gonna be fine. They just got to put a team around Luka, maybe get him everybody needed Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
go find Pippen and let him work. But if he get with Grover, it's gonna be stupid, man. Like I'm legit scared for the rest of the league if that man get with Tim Grover. Like
And,
it's
and if I'm not mistaken, the Lakers still got a first round pick, so they can still go out and get somebody right now.
they do.
And if I'm
So
them, I'm getting somebody between 24 and 27 years old that can pair with him for at least the next 5 to 7, even next decade to be like, hey, y'all gonna do this together.
exactly. I'm trying to think now, like, man, how old is Tyrese Maxey? Even though I know they ain't giving him up, but
I think he like 22, 20, 21, 22. He young. He part of young crop. Yeah, he young. He young.
oh man.
He young. I mean,
And I think
Luca young too. Luca young too. He 25, but he been in the league since he was 17. So it feels different.
right,
You like you
right.
25? Like, yeah, bro. He was 17. And he been a pro since he was what, 13?
Yeah, yeah. I think Tyrese Maxey locked up. Wouldn't it be something if they got Trey
For young?
Trey Young, 20 points, 10 assists.
Oh yeah.
And because I know him and Luka was traded for each other. Because
Yeah.
I know people in Atlanta not as for some reason he get a bad rap and he didn't been a 20-point assist leader for I don't know how many years now.
And they keep passing him on the All-Star game too. And they
Yeah,
messing with his bread, in my opinion. I don't like that.
exactly. So I don't think he gonna be in Atlanta long. And I know he that under 25, 26 range. So
Man,
I don't know.
while we talking who I was talking, watching some of the hoop podcasts and stuff, they were talking about like, all-star snubs. And I thought about something that was important. I was like, you might have a league right now with a whole bunch of talent, but because of the way the league is set up, these old heads are still playing at a high level. Like
Yeah.
in the 90s, if this was not even early 2000s and 90s, you would not have 40-year-old LeBron, 30, 34, 35-year-old Steph, KD, James Harden. Like them dudes wouldn't be featured stars in the league anymore. Like you'd be like, okay, man, appreciate your service, but you got to move around because their body would be beat up too much to even be
Man, you
playing like that.
you remember how slow Robert Parrish was at the end of his career?
Remember
Or AC
Kareem?
Green?
What Magic Johnson said? Hey, bro, we used to get the ball, and I used to, hey, come on, Cap, we gonna wait on you. We gonna wait on Cap to get down. Bro, this is different. So I'm like, this is test. I mean, people can talk about like the guys are in more shape. I'm like, man, a part of me like, the league kind of soft on that because ain't no way you supposed to be have these 36-year-old, 37-year-old dudes still cooking, being the face of the league. Like
But
they
not now.
body should be aching.
Yeah, now we seeing why they made the changes that they made though. Because like you said, it ain't no way. Let's say Jordan never retired. He didn't retire in '93, and they kept playing after '98. I say they would have won let's say San Antonio got to the finals. I say the Bulls would have won a fourth straight. And let's say he retired then. Jordan would have been 36 if he would have retired in 99. 36. Like, that's 4 years younger than LeBron is now. And you could tell in 98, even though he still won the scoring title, he was slowing down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like you could tell. So
the Air Jordan was good. The Air Jordan was gone.
Yeah. He was what you saw with the Wizards, you could see that it was footwork, the jumper. You know what I mean?
And I'm smarter than all y'all.
Like, layups, but like you said, his earnestness, it was a wrap for that. Oh. And so I'm just like, man, Karl Malone and John, like that, it ain't no way they could play 20 years with the beatings they took.
No.
So, it's a completely different league. But now we kind of understand they want to have these commodities for as long as they can,
as possible. Because look at the bread they get. Look at the bread they getting now. When
exactly.
They say Luka, because of the trade, it cost them over $100 million. You're gonna sign a supermax for $365.
$365, man.
Bro? God.
And they come out when he's 30 years old, he might get $400 million.
$400 million, yeah, exactly. Dog.
For 5 years.
Yeah, you're gonna play for about 25 years, 26 years, big dog. We're gonna get every bit of that. Yeah, you go.
We're gonna squeeze that lemon till ain't nothing left. So yeah, it is what it is. It's big business, man. If the NFL can do it, Tom Brady, look how long Tom Brady played. Because they changed the rule for that joker. So
that's why I think it's gonna be a problem. Like, this I tell everybody, like, some people still holding on to Tom Brady as the GOAT. And I say, as of right now today, still the GOAT. But I just want y'all to know that man in Kansas City,
he coming.
He 29, bro. He 29. That man, let's just say he just played to 40. He got a whole decade left.
If he get a 3-peat, to me, he get a 3-peat and he already got 4.
Before the age of 30? Before the age of 30.
And the combination of the numbers he putting up, because remember,
he goated.
Brady, people got to remember, Brady wasn't putting up these type of numbers till he got Randy Moss.
Yep.
And so I would make a case for Mahomes this coming up weekend. If he get that, I'd make a case for him being the GOAT.
If he gets it, because it's never been done as a 3-peat, I would say he's the GOAT. If he don't get it for whatever reason, I still be like, y'all better not breathe. Because again, this man is 29. He's 29, playing in his what, 4th? Is his 4th Super Bowl or 5th?
This is 5th because he lost one to Brady.
Yeah, yep. 5th.
Yeah.
5th Super Bowl. Bruh. Like,
I mean, and he done been in every Super Bowl the last 5-6 years, except for the one the Bengals went to.
Yep, that's it. That's the only one.
So I mean, this dude is, hey man, I like when we look at it. Aaron Rodgers, as kooky as he may be, he a hell of a quarterback. He got one Super Bowl.
One.
Got 2, and you look at the span of time between the 2 he got, and he was literally on his last leg when he got that second one.
Yep.
Dan Marino has zilch. Jim Kelly, zilch. John Elway got 2 and said, I'm out of here. And if it wasn't for Terrell Davis, another underrated GOAT, but if it wasn't for Terrell Davis, John Elway wouldn't have got those 2. So it's a lot of, I think he right there, man. He right there.
It's and the crazy part about the Patrick Mahomes thing is that unlike Brady, and even unlike Joe Montana to an extent, in every one of his Super Bowls, he's been the guy. Like, people forget Tom Brady first Super Bowl, he wasn't the guy.
No,
he was just a guy.
He was a game manager.
Game manager, right. Mahomes been the guy.
Yeah,
So let's
he's
just say maturing wise, like, cause his that maturity is gonna happen between age 30 and 35. When the game just like, you know how when some of the ghosts be like, man, at some point the game just become easy.
yep.
Like it's just, I don't know, it's just easy. And I
Second nature.
that you kind of see it this year. Like they're like, man, why they keep winning? I was like, because they pretty much are like, bro, just get to the fourth quarter, no matter what happened. Give Pat Mahomes the ball. We good. And you saw it the whole season. It was like there's like 4 or 5 games they should have lost, and it's like if they give this dude the ball, it's a wrap.
He gonna make something happen. It's ridiculous, man. So yeah, this weekend gonna be something else, man. I gotta go get my boy Richard a nice bottle of bourbon and a Cohiba because I don't like to show up to people's house without, something to show gratitude for their hospitality. And we're gonna kick it, man, and see what's what. But I'm rooting for them to make history, man. My fellow Missourians.
Well, of course,
I'm
because you're not I mean, you a Cowboy fan. Why would you want the Eagles to win another championship?
sure you already know. You are
like, why would I want the Eagles to win?
Eagles. I'm like when it was them and I can't even think of who they played in
The Commanders.
championship. I was like,
I hope they both lose.
I don't care who. I hope it's a draw. Like I
Hey, yeah,
don't care.
look, my brother, my brother best friend, he a diehard Cowboys fan. I was like, who you want to win that game? He was like, man, I hope they both lose. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I can't stand
exactly.
both of them.
Yeah, like somebody was like, man, but look at the Commanders' young quarterback. It's such a great job. Man, I hope he break his Achilles, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Man, move
I
around.
don't
I
care,
don't care about that.
care about his story. What are you talking about?
Cause hey, that's
But
one thing I can get at NFC East though. They don't none of y'all like each other at all. Like, of course, in the conference, you don't, they people like, but y'all really don't one team be like, oh no, we respect them. Like, no, y'all just don't like none of each other. Like
nah,
zero. Like ain't no love lost, none of that.
yeah,
Eagles
when
don't
they
like
suffer,
Washington. New York don't like Dallas. Dallas don't like Washington. It's like, dang, like y'all just
yeah, when they suffer, it brings the other one joy. So, but my only, I'm thinking about the Chiefs possibly getting this three-peat, and I think back to when I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school, and Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson is having this press conference, and I see the look on Jimmy Johnson's face, and he looked like he want to kill somebody, and Jerry Jones announced that they moving on from Jimmy Johnson, and I'm like, what is he doing? Like they just went back to back, and that was the beginning of Jerry Jones' ego getting in the way of the Cowboys' success. They bring Barry Switzer in. He win with, Jimmy's guys and the addition of Deion Sanders, and we haven't sniffed anything since because all he been getting is these coaches who he can stick his hand up their backside. And it is like an ongoing nightmare. The WWE finally got rid of Vince McMahon, and I'm waiting for the Cowboys to put Jerry Jones in a home.
Well, he tried to get a coach that would challenge him, right? It didn't work out. He went and got Bill. When we got Parcells.
Yeah, I know.
That ain't Bill's like, what, man? You don't get up out of here. And Jerry's
He
like, well, I'll cut the paychecks. Like,
he asking Bill to coach Terrell Owens, and it just I was like, yeah, this is a disaster waiting to happen. But yeah, he can't do it. I thought he was gonna try to get Sean Payton, but
I think Sean got too much Bill Parcells in him. Like Sean Payton, one of them, he don't really take no lip neither. So yeah, Jerry gotta get a puppet. He gotta get a yes man. And look who he hired this year. Was it Schottenheimer's son? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know, dude. I ain't personally when they I was like, man, who is this dude? Like I know his daddy. I don't know him.
Exactly. I think he had a couple of years where he was a decent offensive coordinator, and that's about it.
That's about it.
And I'm just like, this dude is so control hungry because the real head coaches in the NFL want some control in terms of the personnel they're gonna be coaching.
Exactly.
And he can't do it. Jerry can't get that up.
You can't ask me to
So
be a cook and tell me I can't buy my own ingredients now. Hold on.
shout out to Bill Parcells. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I appreciate you jumping on, man. This has been DMG Sports Cage edition. but yeah, man. We got Dr. Too Sweet and Takari in the finals, y'all. $150 on the line. Y'all come back tomorrow. Elder Yara versus Israel Williams. Does the New Testament contradict the Old Testament? My brother, my captain, your captain, Captain K will be moderating. It's an all-Israelite affair tomorrow. I'm trying to put something together with our brother Gabriel and our brother KOT on Is Jesus God? KOT says no. Gabriel, of course, says yes. And then this Saturday, me and my brother Nobody and Captain K will be moderating. Should women be allowed? Should women have the right to get an abortion? Old school style. Me, Nobody, and Captain K. So y'all come back, man. We got some interesting discussions for y'all. It's the Versus series. We live in 2025. It's my brother B Wash. B Wash, you got anything coming up you want the people to know about?
Man, nothing too major. You know, I'm doing my stuff. I got a Black History program next week. Of course, got a Mardi Gras parade putting on next Saturday, and man, it's about to get ready for the Super Bowl. I already got my crawfish lined up, so I'm gonna do good. You know, because it's right down the street in New
Right.
Orleans, man. They're about
Exactly.
45 minutes an hour away, so
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Kendrick gonna perform not like us or no?
if he do, well, let me say, I think the beat gonna play. I don't know if he gonna rap. It might be something like you might hear it in like a little dun 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 of like 15, 20 seconds, and then go to something else. Cause they don't want those strikes, man. You can't be on an international stage talking about like you can't be no PDF.
I feel like by it winning the way it did at the Grammys, I think he gonna perform it. I think he gonna alter it a little bit.
Oh yeah, he gonna alter it. It's not gonna be as is.
The crowd gonna say, you know what I'm saying? So the crowd gonna fill in the blanks. So, but I think he got to. It just won the Grammy for Song of the Year. So it's hard not to sing a Grammy winner.
Hey, side note, we gotta have an in-house conversation amongst our Black people about how look. I ain't even talking about the Drake Kendrick beef or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, how do we feel that the the what's that? The ghost face people um are supporting and bigging up in the song that's essentially a diss of a black man to another black man at such an alarming rate.
Yeah, we can definitely have that conversation because
I mean, it's cool for us in house, but it's like it's weird seeing like Lil Jimmy, rocking a "Not Like Us" T-shirt. It's like
and Taylor Swift with a drink in her hand.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
like I don't know.
But is it more so the spirit of the song saying "Not Like Us," considering one of the us is a Canadian and really isn't like us, because he said this man beat his wife and he ain't suing, but he is. He ain't. So that's what I'm saying. Now, one could argue that it's three of the most egregious things you could say that a man can be and that you could say a man is a woman beater, a child violator, and a woman graper.
Yeah.
So, and that's the only insult that the grape is the only one that didn't get thrown out in this beef. So one called the other a woman violator, and the other one called the other one a PDF file. And I don't think he would have sued if his song would have hit as hard as Kendrick's song would have. But because his song didn't hit as hard, he's suing. And that just proves he not like us. I don't remember Biggie suing when Hit 'Em Up came out.
True.
I don't remember Dre and Eazy-E and all them suing when No Vaseline came out.
My only counter would be is if he were suing Mr. Lamar, I got you. But the fact that he's suing the record and the record company, and it's in the middle of their negotiations, like, so my understanding is, I keep it short as I am, is that he's suing it because y'all saw this opportunity to lower my value in the midst of our negotiations, so you can say, hey, you was here, but like now you here, so now we ain't got to pay you like this no more. We can pay you like this. And man's is like, yo, I was here, but you actively pushed this narrative, I guess, right? Record. You helped funnel this record, which again they all funnel records, right? So I ain't trying to say that this is one off, but you funneled this record with the intentions of lowering my value. So when we come to the negotiation table, you can say, well, we was gonna give you 3, but we can give you, I think we can give you 1.5, right? Just throwing it out there, whatever. I think this the messed up part. Like, it's the rap game and it's the business of rap.
Yeah,
Nigga, a lot of us don't. It's like I'm hearing it because, like, the rap game, like, hey, bro, you don't supposed to be suing on a diss, for you tripping. But then you telling the man, like, hey, man, I was valued at 3, and now they're trying to pay me 1.5. Well, look, I ain't gonna argue for no man trying to say you look like, I ain't never had 300. But if I was worth 300 and you about to only give me 150, like, hold on.
the only issue with that is you knew he had some distribution with the same music group you did, and that didn't stop you from saying drop. That didn't stop you from saying that. So it didn't stop you from going on the tailor-made freestyle and saying, we waiting on you.
True.
So, and the man told you, it's a friendly fade. We should keep it that way. He literally said, don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell truths about you. You taunted this man into getting into the dirt and the mire and the muck. And because it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, now you saying, oh, y'all colluded with him, but you knew he was signed to them when you told him to drop. So that's where you know what I mean? And so, because I'm with everybody who say he's suing, UMG. Yeah. But then when you think about the timing, it's like, bro, if this would have turned out the way you thought it would,
100%.
we'd have a different conversation. And so,
but to his credit, his counter would be, it only turned out that way because y'all backed that particular record in a certain manner to make it as such. So it's kind of like, yeah, you're right. If it would have turned that way, but his argument would be like, well, it wouldn't have turned that way to that extent had y'all not funneled all that money and attention towards this record. The record was gonna hit regardless, right? We get that.
Right.
But to have it so that the Taylor Swifts and the Jimmys of the world are like, dun, 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 and I'm like, hold on now, like, that's not, now we getting a little, like, that ain't just no organic, pushover, because we done had plenty of bangers that we ain't never had Taylor Swift trying to crip walk at the Grammys, right?
Well, and on the Taylor Swift part, though, he brought Taylor Swift into it with that Taylor.
I'm just using her as the ghost face example, right? Like,
she stood it out. I'm like, yo.
But whoever, like, say if it's I'm trying to think of some random white person, Luke Combs, right, the country singer, not like us, or they doing all the stuff on Sports Center and Good Morning America. Like, come on now, we ain't never had no
we've never had a diss track.
Nah, that's got some back, which I get it.
Yeah, this is it's a good track, but this is different.
I ain't never seen either on Good Morning America. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, this is something else. I don't know, but yeah, man, I'm gonna keep my eye on it this Sunday and see what he do, man.
I think that's what most people gonna watch it for anyway. DMG. Like, I mean, I'm saying they're
Exactly.
gonna they just want to see, like, is he gonna do it, or if he do it, how is he gonna do it?
Mm-hmm.
Because he only got
Mm-hmm.
what 20 minutes or so, and he doing it with Scissor too. So it's like it
Right.
ain't gonna be a long, but it's just like, okay, like, how you gonna pull this off, and what manner you gonna pull this off? Because this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because she definitely got to get her stuff in,
Oh
and
yeah,
so
she gotta get it off.
and then if he brings some people out, you know, yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, man. But yeah, man, good looking out, jumping on, man. I'm gonna have to convert this into a DMG sports cage and make it a sports cage video. I might have to start that channel sooner or later.
Man,
So
yeah.
for sure. All right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, bro.
Family, that's peace. Y'all come back tomorrow night. Elder Yara versus Israel Williams. We also got myself against my brother, Nobody from Trust and Believe the Gospel, this Saturday. Should women have the right to get an abortion? That's Saturday, February 8th. Captain K is moderating both of those contests. He'll be moderating tomorrow with Elder Yara and Israel Williams. And he will also be moderating my conversation with Nobody from Trust and Believe the Gospel. The winners of last week's Versus Series social media title tournament. Our brother Takari moves on. Our sister, Dr. Too Sweet, moves on. One of those individuals will win $150 and the right to carry the social media title. Now, in order to follow how that process will go, y'all keep in touch with us. We will post that finals competition. One of them will win $150 and the belt. We'll keep y'all posted on when that final's gonna happen. I believe my brothers, the Craigs, want to do a face-off where they come to terms on what the subject gonna be, and then we'll set that date for that finals matchup. But the architects of the Versus Series, the Craigs, will be ironing out those details with both combatants. So until next time, family, it's been your brother DMG. We had a special edition of the DMG Sports Cage tonight. Y'all pardon us. We got a little bit off track. My man B Wash started some stuff when he said Emmitt Smith wasn't even top 5. I took offense, but we sorted it out. That being said, family, we'll be back at it again. Elder Yara Israel Williams tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Time. Captain K moderating me versus Nobody. Should women have the right to get an abortion this Saturday, 7:15 p.m. Central Time. And Dr. Too Sweet and Takari have moved on to the final round of the social media title tournament.